Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chris Alquez, and this is your best life defined. All right, so you know what? There's something that came to mind. I've been thinking about it a lot, and this is the true benefit to doing a podcast. And just so you know, it is about you. It's about me doing something for you. It's about me giving you every bit of information I can about how it is you can wake up every day and be excited about the things you get to do. So I spend a lot of time thinking about it. I spend a lot of time talking. Usually my routine is that I will go out and I will walk for like an hour and I will pick subjects that I want to talk about and I talk to myself and I rehearse these stories I'm sharing with you because I want to make sure that my thinking is correct. And this morning I'm out there practicing. I'm out there trying to figure out what I'm going to say to you today. And I'd had this conversation before, and I'd come to this reality before, but I've never said it. See, here's the burden, the bottom side of the bad side or the dark side of this whole living your best life thing. See, it's that the amazing becomes the new normal. All right? Let me explain that. So Sandy and I, we head out and we head out to Destin, Florida. We were in Perdido Key for 2 months, and then we went to Destin to a place called Camp Golf, which is right on the coast. We walk out of our RV, turn right, and in 250 yards, you're on the beach. I mean, it was really cool. And when we pulled in there and we backed in that first night and we got everything set up and you're road tired and weary, you just want to get something to eat, maybe fix a drink and then head out on the beach for a minute and go explore. But you're really not in it as far as being truly able to appreciate where you are. It's that next day. It's that next day when you friggin' wake up and you're still in your house, right? It's still your bed, still your kitchen, still your bathroom. And then you swing the door open and it's someplace completely new. And it's, usually we'll sleep until about 7 o'clock. So you open the door up, the coffee's going and you're just doing this thing. You're living it, right? That's the amazing part about the life we've chosen. But it wasn't until we started living this life that we realized that, you know what, very quickly the amazing becomes the new normal. I mean, sure, we're still exhilarated when we're getting ready to leave. Like here in a month, we'll be headed to Grand Rapids, and it's exciting getting the slides ready and getting the RV ready and making our plan and doing our checklist and getting things going. And then that morning when we pull out and we head off on our new adventure, because it's always something different. This year, we're going to try and we're coming out of Meeker and we're going to avoid I-70 because it's a mess. The road is terrible. It's really hard on the rig, and I want to experience any breakdowns, but more than that, I want to experience a new path. So we're going to head up in through Wyoming and catch Interstate 80 and go on over through Des Moines and on up. But what's funny is when we pull into Grand Rapids, Michigan, it's going to be exciting. We get to see our granddaughter and our kids and hang out and play disc golf and do that whole experience on the Grand River, right, with the kayaks. We got new kayaks, so. But by the time we get ready to leave, that'll be the new normal. And the only way to re-energize that experience is to introduce something new to it. See, that's the problem that we face when we lock down all of our resources in the conventional home and our conventional life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with owning a home, having a vehicle that gets you from point A to point B, having to work, and with the dream of retirement. Except for the fact that all too often, when the amazing becomes the new normal, if you don't plan it right, you don't have the resources to re-energize your life with something new. This is why no matter where we are, there's always something else we're still trying to do, or we're looking for other options. It's because the first month we were on the road, the first 2 months we were on there, we're like, everything is new, everything's exciting, everything is scary. But very quickly that became the new norm for us. So it took a lot more to energize us and excite us and put fuel in our tank. So now, when you take a look at your life and how long it's been since you've done anything that actually put any lasting fuel in your tank, Doesn't matter how nice your house is. Doesn't matter how fancy your truck is. Doesn't matter how great your relationship is. There's going to come a point when that's the new normal. That's the new average. And there you are, just bouncing around in your average box with what was once amazing is now just average, and there's no place to fuel up. There's no place for you to get energized, and there's nothing going on in your life that actually makes you go, yeah, yeah, all right. Makes you lay in bed at night looking at each other going, whoa, can you believe we did it? Can you believe we did it? That's the shit I'm talking about. And sorry, but you know what? The cycle of living your best life, it never ends. It doesn't matter how old I get. I'm going to finish this life like MMA fighters finish the last 30 seconds of a round. I'll be like sitting in a chair waiting for the Grim Reaper to show up. I mean, I'm going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to be doing some shit that actually adds value. It energizes me, scares the shit out of me, if nothing else. My deathbed, I'm going to take this deathbed on the top of some friggin' mountain, hump my old ass up on top of a 14er and leave me there in a lightning storm, for God's sake. You talk about, I mean, think about it. Talk about it. Think about it. That's, I mean, scary? Hell yeah, it's scary. It's scary as hell. But that's what it takes. We're not designed to sit still. A life at rest stays at rest. You're never going to be satisfied forever with where you're at unless you add energy and excitement, unless you take that element of your life and spice it up. I mean, a few podcasts back, I talked about Sandy and I, my wife and I. We were trying to reconnect. I'd worked 2 jobs for forever, and the kids were grown. They were getting ready to graduate. My youngest was getting ready to graduate, and I was done working 2 jobs, and it was time for my wife and I to spend time together and get to connect. Well, what did we do? We go spend like 2 years hiking the backcountry of Colorado, Sangre de Cristo, spending the night in a tent. That was amazing. All right, that was amazing. I mean, and it built a connection between us and renewed our commitment to each other and renewed our belief in each other. Our ideas realigned our thinking as to what we value and what we love. It put fuel in our tank. It put fuel in our tank to say, all right, we did this. What's next, right? What's next? That's what this whole story is about. See, the problem that you're going to face is if you jump into this story with me, and if you jump into this your best life defined with me, it comes with a burden. Because once you capture that amazing thing, once you do that one thing where you're like, oh man, I can't believe we did that. That is awesome. We could do this every weekend. What? We could do this every day. What? Once you capture that, there is no turning back. There is no turning back, because when you try to go back to your average, boring life, your average, do it like you always do it every day, automatic vacuum cleaner bumping into the walls life that you go through, you're not going to be the same. You're not going to be happy with that. You're going to want something. But the difference is having experienced what's possible puts fuel in your tank. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what is it that Sandy and I will ever not be able to do? What is it that's going to stand in our way from doing whatever we want after what we've been through? I mean, 16 with a baby on the way, 18, no education, no idea in the world where the hell I was going. Hair out to here. I had to throw some pictures up of me one day. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm excited about this because for once in my life, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. You know, I remember I was the vice president of the union for about 4 years. And when I would be successful and I would get the guys I represented the things they needed, but on the other side of it, I also found the balance between what we needed as employees and what the administration needed, and we were able to hit that mark and satisfy both sides, and it was a sense of unity and a sense of connection. It was back then that I felt like there was something I should be doing that was more than what I was doing. And when I do this, I think, yeah, I think I'm here. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Because for all my misgivings, for all my shortcomings in being able to explain this story to you, the foundation is here. The foundation is real. I'm living it. And even if you don't or aren't ready to jump in, maybe now's the time you start asking yourself some questions. Can I do better? Am I really willing to let another day go by or another year go by without accessing those things I love? Because if COVID-19 hasn't taught us anything, it's taught us one thing. It's how truly vulnerable we are, how truly insignificant we can become in the flash or in the blink of an eye. Why not start living? Not based on the standard of what people have told you and what the marketers and the gurus and what the world expects from you, but from a standard that's set by you, so you face the struggle of living the amazing and watching it become the new normal and having to go out and hunt again for that next adventure. Why not? What's at stake? Your future? I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what you do. Stay in your life and don't ever go outside the box you've created for yourself. And you still don't have any more security than I do, and I don't even have a house. That's the point I keep making. That's the point that I keep pushing out there. You have a chance to live your best life. And when you get there, there's still more better out there. Better life, better experiences, more knowledge, more things. I could be wrong. But I don't think so. And how do you do it? If you want to do it, you just step out there. Just pick it, and then you do it. So, anyway, until next time, I just want to remind you, thank you for showing up every day. Thank you for doing what you do. I appreciate it. And as always, just remember, today is your day. Make it a good one.